Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Wrath of Rakshasa construction update coming to you from Six Flags Great America just outside of Chicago in Gurnee, Illinois. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on those notifications, make sure you get all my videos when they are released. I've been doing a minimum of one update weekly. When I have the time, I try to get out a couple times a week to give you guys an update. You can also follow me on Instagram at Chicago Coaster Guy for general updates and theme park news there as well. And jumping right into things, and I'm sure most of you are aware that we went vertical with the lift hill, and right in the center of this picture you can clearly see we have some height on our lift hill now. Everybody I've noticed has been commenting and I think they're moving so fast. Actually, honestly, it hasn't really been that fast. I honestly thought this lift hill construction would have been done by now, and let me tell you why. Again, this is just my opinion, but they've only put two pieces up. That's right, there's only two pieces of the lift hill that have been installed. So there's that main piece that's attached to where the ground part of the ascent starts, and then you have the two shorter footers that were up in my last video, and the lift hill piece was sitting next to the coaster on the ground. And then you have the next taller supports and another piece, and that's it. There's only those two pieces that have been put in. I was here today about 10:30 in the morning, and clearly you can see there are no other pieces that are out on the site that they were working with. Not sure what's going on. There was also no crane in the back getting ready to lift the next piece up onto a flatbed to get stuff into the park for them to work with here. Now they are working here on site, and there's people in those baskets. You can see there's two guys up in the basket there. I can't really make out to what they were doing. It's kind of hard to tell from this vantage point. My guess is they're getting prepped to put the next set of supports up that will then be attached to the next piece of the lift hill that goes up. Now, one thing you will notice as the picture moves a little here, right next to the station there is an additional piece of support that's been put up that's gonna support that turnaround that goes right up next to where the station is gonna be, and it's kind of coming into view there just behind the drop on X Flight. So that has been put up. I would imagine they're gonna start working on some of that supports and track that is in the center of where the lift hill is and the brake run is, and that where the crane had been stationed before, and as you can see it's moved out of that area now. So again, no really interesting work. I was hoping I was going to catch some actual track being put into place today. Unfortunately, that was not the case. They are, like I said, doing stuff down there. I just cannot make out exactly what it is. There might be something going around on the side of Demon Snacks there that I just couldn't make out. And if you noticed when the drone, I'm kind of moving around, how the drone is kind of like, the picture is shaky, more shakier than normal. I just believe that's just because of how cold it is, having the drone up there. Obviously, in the wind. I just think it was, I didn't want to fly as far away from my takeoff spot as I usually do, just in case the drone had to come down because of the propellers freezing up or something. So I wasn't really able to get a good look on the side of Demon Snacks to see if anything was going on over there. And there in this shot, you can see that piece of support that is or has been installed there next to where the station is. And there is a excavator down there, as you can see, moving dirt and stuff around. So not sure what's going on down there as well. It may just be more leveling of the ground. And it appears that that caisson that is out in that old Word Games building is still sitting there, so they haven't done anything with that. I'm not sure if we got an exact angle of ascent on this lift hill, but it does look awfully steep, and I would imagine it would have to be for them to be able to fit more of the coaster in this small space that they're putting it in. But if you noticed at the start of the video, that yellow crane, the black portion of that had been extended a lot further into the sky. So they were doing something. I'm just not exactly sure on what it was or is. And I just wanted to get a quick look on the midway to see if maybe any pieces were being moved in while I was over here, and there wasn't. And you can see there's no cranes or anything back there lifting any pieces into place. At the end of the video, I do take a flight into the back area there to give you guys a better look, so stay tuned for that. So I would imagine there is maybe 2 more pieces of the lift hill, and that would be it. I could be wrong. It may just be 1 more piece, and then the top part. Not exactly sure. It's kind of hard to judge the height here, being up into the sky, obviously. And other than that 1 piece of support that's been put up by the station, it doesn't look like any other smaller pieces are up in that area. For those of you that don't live in the Chicago area, as you can see, there's some snow on the ground. This is from some lake effect snow that we had on Monday, I believe it was. Nothing terribly crazy. We've had much bigger snowstorms in the Chicago area by now, so we've been relatively lucky. However, it is extremely cold. Not crazy cold, but it's cold enough. So the fact that they can work through this cold conditions like this, being up in baskets to attach these track pieces to the supports, is crazy enough as it is with the wind blowing. The temperature today, I think, was like 22 degrees. So in the evenings, it's been dropping down into the single digits. And we're supposed to get some colder weather next week, so hopefully not too bad to where, obviously in temps like this, they have to take more breaks than they would if the temperature was in the 30s or 40s. And for those of you that remember when Goliath was built, that was the winter of the extreme cold temperatures that we had here in the Chicago area. where temperatures drop to negative teens and 20 below zero. So we're not that cold, so thankfully, but still cold enough to where I'm sure they're going to have to take more frequent breaks than what they would normally be doing. And there's a better shot at the front of the Demon Q and totally kicking chicken and off to the side of where the Immelman is going to go there. With the snow on the ground now, it's really hard to distinguish where the footers are in the ground unless you really focus in and look at the ground there. It looks like there's definitely some more work that has been done in the storage shed there, so they are definitely still working on that. And now we're jumping to the back of the park. Just wanted to get a shot of the track that we have on site. Like I said already, there was no cranes or anything back here, so I could tell from being over on the other side that they weren't moving any pieces onto flatbeds to bring into the park. So hopefully tomorrow they're gonna attach another piece, and hopefully by the weekend the coaster can get topped off. And here's a view from the back side of the park looking in to where Wrath is, and clearly that blue and gold track definitely jumps out at you now. It doesn't appear that any other pieces of track have been delivered. I could be wrong. It looks like we still have from the pieces where they were storing the newest pieces that were being dropped off. It still looks to be the same. I think there was 12 pieces of track and then various supports that were delivered with those pieces. And as you can see, you can clearly see where the crane was on the ground there that was lifting the pieces onto the flatbeds to bring into the park, but the crane is gone, and that was a different crane than what they were using inside the park. So I do not even see the crane anywhere here on site, so not sure what happened with that. The crane is nowhere on site in the park either, from the looks of things. Now remember, the company that is installing the coaster is the company that pretty much, I want to say for the most part, they do every coaster installation pretty much on the East Coast, and they work at multiple parks. They have multiple pieces of equipment, so maybe the equipment is that crane that was in the back is being swapped out with another one. It could be somewhere else in the park that they needed to do something real quick with. I'm not exactly sure. But as long as that crane is not in the back of the park, obviously we're not going to get any more track inside the park then for them to install. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate all of your support. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and I will see you in the next video.